This is Soniera Lynn, and you are now listening to the Anime Assembled podcast with your host, Indy Uchiha and John Forsaken Power.
Round of applause. Boys and girls, legends out there, anime fans, A-plussers, and nerd mixers alike. We are back with another episode of Anime Assembled. I am solo today, but that doesn't mean I'm not finna give you the news that you need to hear when it comes to anime. First off, have to say, all Attack on Titan fans probably feel the same way because I stopped reading the manga in order to just be surprised while I was watching the anime, right? Die, Gabi, die. Die, Gabi, die. Spoiler warning. Just to let you guys know. This last episode of Attack on Titan that aired last week was heartbreaking, interesting, and everything that went on with it. I was a little perturbed over what happened, but for anybody that's upset with Gabi, for somebody who was brought up to think that the other side, even if they are the same people, were these demons or these devils, you know, she reacted on par with what her character was supposed to do. So I'm definitely not upset about that, but that doesn't mean that I have to like the character or anything that the character has done forthright. So shouts out to Attack on Titan and the way they have adapted their manga into one of the best animes, you know what I'm saying, ever. Definitely probably top 3 or 4 that I have watched in my history of being an anime fan, talking about episodic format. Not necessarily talking about movies or whatever, but man, I can't wait to get here back next week with Forsaken Powers and break that down for you guys, because I don't do Attack on Titan without him because he's the Attack on Titan expert. But if you guys haven't seen that last episode, go check it out. And spoiler warning, R.I.P. Sasha. I love the fact that you love me. I digress. Got a couple of news articles that I want to pop up for you guys just to give you something about what's going on, something that I'm really sad about, and then a recap of a couple of new anime that are getting ready to hit that I think you guys might be interested in. I'm definitely interested in them coming out. So first off, one of my favorite animes right now, man, and I'm really, really upset about this because I am a huge Black Clover fan. So any of you guys who are a fan of Black Clover probably have heard about this. Black Clover and why the show may likely return one day after its finale. For all those who don't know, Black Clover after the 170th episode will end, and part of the reason I feel is because of what's going on with the manga, the fact that the manga's not even halfway done with the Spade Kingdom arc, and the anime is just catching up so quickly because Black Clover really doesn't do that many fillers. This comes to us from comicbook.com. Black Clover is in the headlines for all the right reasons, but fans can't help to worry about one bit of news regarding the anime. It was announced this week that Black Clover is coming to an end next month with its 170th episode. If you guys are just watching the anime, I endure you. Please take a chance to go read the manga. It will not affect you enjoying the anime at all. This and Naruto are one of the reasons that I read manga now. As you can imagine, a shocking update to Netsons by surprise, but some fans aren't too upset by the news. After all, there is a good chance Black Clover will return to the small screen, and we're breaking down why. For those who don't know, Black Clover's finale will go down on March 30th, and it will likely cut the Spade Kingdom arc in half. Based on the show's pacing, the final episode will cut during a lull in the arc so to prevent any upsetting cliffhanger. The story itself will not be finished on screen, but that is because the manga itself is not finished with the Spade Kingdom arc. The manga's pacing is what pushed Black Clover to go off the air, and that is why fans believe it will be brought back. The show has caught up with the story as it exists, but creator Yuki Tabata is still writing. In fact, the artist expects there to be lots of more content to come, but it just isn't out yet. In order to give the manga more time to release content, the anime is going off air. But fans expect it will return once Tabata's manga has a few untouched arcs under its belt. Of course, this will take time. Black Clover publishes weekly, so it'll take a while for Tabata to cure unadapted arcs. It could take well over 2 years, but this timeline is not unheard of. Fairy Tail ran into this issue a couple of times, with the first dating back to March 2013. The hit series caught up with the manga, and to prevent undue filler clutter, the anime went off air until it had more content to tackle. Given the popularity of Black Clover, fans are confident this series will be eyeing such a schedule. And yes, Black Clover is popular enough to float around in this indefinite hiatus. As of late November, the manga had 11 million copies out in circulation, and the anime has ranked among TV Tokyo's top ratings since its debut. Black Clover's strong performance with overseas streaming has also helped turn a profit. So it seems there's a good chance Asta will return to television and before 2025. I am indifferent about it going off the air. Like I said, I'm reading the manga. The manga to me seems like it's a little bit ahead of where the anime is paced, that the real meat of the arc, especially with we're getting ready to storm the Spain Kingdom, is getting ready to happen. So I can understand where they want to take the time to make sure they don't have needless filler, because that's honestly, needless filler can ruin great animes. Naruto Shippuden had some filler that it didn't need at all, but the show was so popular that I understand why they threw the filler in there, just to make sure they didn't, get past the manga. This isn't a Game of Thrones situation where the creator can tell you how the story ends, so you can go ahead and just make it yourself. There is going to be plenty more Black Clover to watch, especially after going into realizing who Yuno is and his whole, how he's going to bring that kingdom back, to its height. Maybe there'll be a thing where goes to rule that kingdom and decide, and maybe a war between the Clover and the kingdom he runs breaks out. It'll be pretty interesting to see what is going to go on from that perspective. I don't think it would hurt. Attack on Titan took a lot of time off too. If we want to be real about what's going on, they took a lot of time off. So hopefully it's not too much longer. I could do it 2 years. I don't want to go longer than 2 years not having it off. And as long as the manga's coming out weekly and I have Black Clover content, it's not something that I'm really going to be too afraid of happening. What do you guys think about Black Clover? Are you enjoying Black Clover? Was Asta annoying when you first got introduced to him? Who's your favorite character? Go ahead and put that in the comments below so we could talk about that. And maybe we'll have like a character rating when it comes to Black Clover, to try to see who everybody's favorite character is, because it's interesting with that. It's not always Asta. Asta is not always Yuno. Just saying, it's not always Yami. People are like random with their favorite characters when it comes to Black Clover. But there are a lot. Anime is at its peak. Anime is at its height. And there is a lot of new anime that's getting ready to come out. Right here, we got GA's Fest 2021 recap of some great anime that sounds great, that I think you guys should check out. My boy Forsaken Power sent me this, so I know it's got to be something good. This comes to you from Anime Corner. The first anime here that he's saying you should check out is My Friend's Little Sister Has It In For Me. That just sounds like my life. My friend's little sister has it in for me. I have plenty of friends who have little sisters that are always trying to sabotage everything that I'm doing because they don't like me. The synopsis of this story: if a girl teases you, that means she likes you. Unfortunately, Atakira knows from experience that isn't the case, because every girl he interacts with shows him nothing but scorn. and he hasn't scored a single date from it. Luckily, he's more concerned with securing a spot for him and his game development buddies as his uncle at his uncle's business. But when his uncle throws him a condition that involves playing a part of his daughter's boyfriend, Atakira has no choice but to take it. What will his best friend's sister, Aroha, who bullies him relentlessly, think of the news? This actually sounds like something that'd be pretty interesting to see on screen. Sounds like something you can cut up with the girlfriend and watch. Get into some comedy aspects of what's going on. I'm pretty interested in seeing what this particular anime is going to look like. I haven't run the manga, but if Forsaken is sending over to us, tell us check it out, it's got to be something good. The next one is I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level. This is actually something that's going to begin April 10th, pretty soon. They also released a new trailer. We're not going to play that here. I'll probably check the trailer out and review it for you guys and pop up. But I'm loving the art style and the clean lines, the colors they're using. So I'm definitely going to check that trailer out and see what's good. Maybe I'll check the trailer out and review it for Patreon. Goblin Slayer is getting a season 2 anime. We all love Goblin Slayer, and I'm so glad this season 2 is coming out. It's an amazing show. It was a shocking show when it first came on because they pulled no punches. So if you're a Goblin Slayer fan, I know you're really upset. You're really, really, really excited about that. The Genius Prince's Guide to Raising a Nation Out of Debt. Hey, how about treason? Man, the synopsis: Prince Wayne is ready to commit treason, and who can blame him? Faced with an impossible task of ruling his pathetic little kingdom, the poor guy just can't catch a break. But with his brilliant idea of auctioning off his country, this lazy prince should be able to retire once and for all. Or that was the plan, until his treasonous schemes lead to disastrous consequences, namely accidental victories and the favor of his people. This sounds like exactly how I play Fable. Just to be totally honest with you, this is the way I play Fable. I'm interested in seeing what this be. This probably be one of them things I watch when I ain't got nothing else to watch. The strongest sage with the weakest crest. I'm a sucker for magic casters. In every RPG I ever played, I played a mage or I played a sorcerer. So this feels like it's right up my alley. Somebody with a bow and arrow, somebody with a sword. Rise of the Shield Hero was one of my favorite animes, and this looks like a similar art style. Looks like it'd be right up my alley. The synopsis for this is: his strength is limited by his magical crest, which he was born. Mathis, the world's most powerful sage, decides reincarnation is necessary to become the strongest of all. Upon his rebirth as a young boy, Mathis is thrilled to discover he's been born with an optimal crest for magical combat on his first try. Unfortunately, the world he's been born into has abysmally poor standards when it comes to magic, and everyone thinks he's still marked for failure. Now it's up to Mathis to prove everybody wrong. World's strongest sage style. So you start off as the weakest. You get reborn into a world where you have an amazing crest that gives you the potential to be the strongest sage, but then you're born into a world that has weak magic. That has to suck. And it sounds like it's going to be an amazing ride. I can't wait for it. I really can't. The Executioner and Her Way of Life. Not from the picture here, not my particular art style. I don't like how the faces look faded, but maybe that's not the art they're actually going to use in the anime. Everything else is real good. It's just this area here bothers me. The Lost Ones are wanderers who come from a distant world known as Japan. Wow, a distant world known as Japan. No one knows how or why they leave their homes. The only thing is that they bring disaster and calamity. The duty of exterminating them without remorse falls to Mino, a young executioner. When she meets Akata, it seems like just another job until she discovers it's impossible to kill this girl. And when Mino begins to search for a way to defeat this immortality, Akara is more than happy to tag along. So begins a journey that will change Mino forever. Sounds like a buddy move. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could dig it. I could dig it. They end up becoming friends instead of enemies. Life as a reincarnated sage in another world. This sounds exactly like the one we were just talking about. Sani, a black company employee, is summoned to another world while finishing his work at home. His professor in the other world, a monster tamer, is considered a job that makes difficult to become an adventurer. However, thanks to some slimes he met, which read several magic books, he gained magical powers and the second perfection, Sage. Yuji acquired overwhelming power, but is he conscious of his strength, blindly becoming unparalleled and the strongest in the world? There is a lot of animes where like the protagonist just comes super OP and you think that would like make them broken, but it actually makes it become a very, very, very really good story. The Rise of the Shield Hero, he became OP and is still really, really, really dope. So I'm pretty sure that all of these are going to turn out to be somewhat amazing and interesting when it comes to that. So we'll see what happens. I'm interested in what's going to happen and what we're going to get from that. What do you guys really think about anime? Do you like anime? I mean, when did you start watching anime? I'm pretty curious about that. But I'm a huge anime fan. I love it. Attack on Titan's dope. Jujutsu Kaisen's dope. Boruto's dope. There's a lot. Anime to me, I feel like is a connection that a lot of people make or a lot of people watch that never. It seemed like something when I was growing up. It wasn't cool to do, but I did it anyway. I remember in high school back, in the early 2000s, the late 90s, early 2000s, it being seen like dubbed as a thing that was something that just a nerd did. But even like the thuggiest, the jocks and stuff like that, everybody was running home to watch that Super Saiyan arc, that Frieza saga when it came to Dragon Ball, to the point where I played soccer in high school, right? I used to run home because it came on at 4:00. Soccer practice started at 4:45. I used to run home, watch Dragon Ball Z, run back to soccer practice, and practice like every time it was on. It was just crazy. That was just my thing. What was the anime that got you guys like that to where you had to watch it no matter what? No matter what you had to do, you had to go run and get it. As you guys see, I got on my Legend of Zelda shirt right now, but that's because it's the green and yellow in it. Because I got on my Dragon Ball C, hat, Cell, Fat Boo. You got Vegito on there. You got Goku, Frieza. I'm a huge anime fan, man. It's all part of nerd and geek pop culture to me. So let me know what you guys think about that. Tell me about your favorite anime, that you guys got going on. And as always, understand, we do have a Patreon now. Yes, we do have a Patreon. Please show your support. Join our Patreon at patreon.com, A+opinions. We check out all the content we have for Hero Port and More Phenomenal. We have different tiers, $1, $5, $10. Come check us out. The people that have joined are loving it. We got exclusive character breakdowns among audio versions of all our podcasts that only patrons can get. You guys first. You guys need to check that out. Plus, maybe we'll throw up the review of some of these anime trailers and different stuff up there too for you guys to check out. Let me know what you think about that. All right. So until next time, man, we'll be right back here. Me and Forsaken. Forsaken will be here next week where we break down Attack on Titan fully, from what we've seen in this season to what you guys just seen as this episode is going to air Sunday. We're breaking it all down. We're talking about the history, we're talking about the lore, and we're talking about where it is going from there, among checking out some new animes for you guys to check out. So until next time, as always, remember, subscribe right here to this channel, A Plus Hero Report, like and share. Check us out on A Plus Opinions on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And join us over on Instagram at Anime Assemble, where we're posting up stuff for you guys to check out as well. You can follow me at Nerd Mix Alpha everywhere, and you can stream my music. Just search for Indie Uchiha. So until next time, guys, as always, keep it A plus. This has been a Nerd Mix. Indie out.
This is Soniera Lynn, and you are now listening to the Anime Assemble podcast with your host, Indie Uchiha and John Forsaken Power.